Earthquakes are common in Turkey and Syria. This particular region was overdue for a big one. The area of Turkey and Syria that has been hardest hit by Monday's 7.8 magnitude earthquake and its aftershocks is known for having big quakes, but it had been decades since one this large last hit. More than 5,000 people had died across the region. Here's a look at what happened, geologically speaking, and why it has caused so much damage. The Arabian Peninsula is part of a tectonic plate that is making its way north into the Eurasian plate, and the entire nation of Turkey is getting squeezed aside. Most of the largest earthquakes in the past 100 years have been along the North Anatolian Fault. But stress has been building along another major fault, the East Anatolian Fault. That fault has seen some big earthquakes in the past, says Patricia Martinez-Garzón, a seismologist at GFZ Potsdam, a research center in Germany. But more recently, there hasn't been as much activity. It was unusually quiet in the last century. Some researchers had begun to suspect the fault was due for a major quake, according to Fatih Bulut, with the Kandili Observatory and Earthquake Research Institute at Boğaziçi University in Istanbul. His research group and others had run computer models showing that this fault could have a magnitude 7.4 or greater earthquake. This is not a surprise for us, Bulut tells NPR. But that doesn't mean that seismologists could say exactly when a big one would hit, according to Ian Main, a seismologist at the University of Edinburgh in the United Kingdom. The time between big quakes on a fault can vary quite a bit in unpredictable ways, he says. They're not like buses, they don't come along on a timetable. This was a strike-slip earthquake. This earthquake occurred because two pieces of the earth are sliding horizontally past each other, Steckler says. It's the same kind of quake that occurs along the San Andreas Fault in California. In this case, the Arabian Plate is sliding past the Anatolian Plate. That sliding motion also meant the shaking was spread out for many kilometers along the fault, says Bulut. The affected area is quite large, he says. 10 cities were structurally affected in Turkey. Turkey has seismic codes to try to prevent buildings from collapsing, but Bulut says because this region has escaped a major quake for decades, it's possible that some older buildings are vulnerable. Sometimes there are very old things, built before the rules existed, he says. Steckler says he suspects that even some newer buildings may not have been up to code. I know, certainly in Istanbul, there's a lot of illegal construction that goes on, he says. More aftershocks are likely. The U.S. Geological Survey has already recorded more than 100 aftershocks in the region, and experts expect they will continue for some time. That whole area, all the pieces of the earth will slowly adjust and break and rupture and come to a new equilibrium. Rescue teams were searching for survivors from the massive earthquake and aftershocks that flattened buildings in parts of Turkey and Syria a day ago, as the death toll surpassed 7,900 on Tuesday. Officials warned the death toll would likely rise, as rescue teams searched the rubble of buildings razed by the magnitude 7.8 quake that struck at 4:17 a.m. Monday local time, 1:17 Greenwich Mean Time, just north of Turkey's Gaziantep, near the Syrian border. Thousands of people were injured in the disaster. By the numbers, at least 5,894 people died in 10 of Turkey's provinces and 34,810 others were injured following the quake, according to Vice President Fuat Oktay, AP reported. More than 8,000 people were rescued from the debris in Turkey alone, and about 380,000 people have sought refuge in government shelters or hotels, Oktay said Tuesday, AP reported. Still, others have gathered in mosques, community centers, stadiums, and shopping malls, among other places. Syrian state media said at least 812 people were killed and over 1,449 others injured in government-held areas. The Syrian Civil Defense, first responders also known as the White Helmets, said more than 1,220 people had died in opposition-held areas and more than 2,600 others were injured, bringing the country's death toll from the quake to at least 2,032 people, and the overall death toll to 7,926.